Hello everyone, Miss Art Garden here, and today we're going to do a Let's Draw of Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. And why are we doing Squall? I kind of picked someone random, and I thought since last week we did Aster, I would do someone who's male this week. So Squall it is. Start with a circle. Just jump right in. Draw the guides. Trying to think. We'll do a face like this. We'll figure it out together. I haven't drawn Squall to my knowledge, but I might have back in the day because I used to draw some fan art. So because he's a male, I'm going to draw the jaw down a little ways. That's just for the guide. I actually might go down a little further than that and up like that. We'll see. And we'll draw on the neck. His clothes look kind of challenging, so it'll be kind of fun to draw him. Give him a kind of a wider neck because he's a man. They tend to have wider necks, masculine features. Okay, just keep drawing this. This is just the guide, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but I was hoping... I do have a reference over the side that I'm not showing because I'm not exactly sure if I'm allowed to show, you know, trademarked images. But if you want to see the reference I'm looking at, it's the, just kind of the official, like, illustrated one they put out a while back. Way, way back. Some of you guys might not even know what Final Fantasy VIII is. It's kind of an old game. It's the first Final Fantasy game I played. And I really liked it. I thought, you know, how fun this adventure you get to go on and you get to summon these things. Sorry guys, had to pause the recording there. Anyways, yeah, so it's a lot of fun to play those kind of games. You feel kind of powerful and you feel like, you know, I probably liked the story more when I was younger. I replayed it a little bit later in life and thought, you know, it doesn't quite hold up as well, but it's still got some magic in it. So anyways, I'm just kind of drawing in a torso. I've drawn in his waist a little bit too in for my preference for him. I didn't draw an action line. That might help me out here. I'm just saying, you know, I don't like what's going on here. I'm just going to delete it. Start over. Why not? Not going to miss out on anything. His shoulders are out like that. And trying to keep the drawings kind of simple, so I'm not drawing them like too posy or anything. But I also want to kind of, you know, keep them interesting. So we'll draw in these guides. That's his torso area. And then I usually draw in, like I'm drawing underwear for the legs and the thighs and the butt. And let's see. That's nice, I guess. I don't know. I thought about maybe we should cross his arms. He's kind of like a guy with a lot of attitude, or teen with a lot of attitude, I guess. He seems so old when you play when you're younger. When I was younger, he seemed like, you know, so old and mature and stuff. But then you know, realize he's like 17 or 18 or something in that, and you're like, well, that's pretty young. Not like pretty young, but like to run a school and stuff. Spoilers. So we'll draw this in, we'll draw him so his arms are crossed like that. And we're just kind of gesture sketching in how we think it needs to look. We'll just keep it loose, we'll keep it sketchy. There's nothing wrong with redoing and stuff. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, because you can just keep sketching and revising and it all works out in the end, hopefully. Okay, so that's pretty good for our guides. What do you guys think? Hopefully. And we'll draw in, let's see, his arm would be here. We'll have this one be the one in front. Why not? And it's actually gonna go in and get hidden behind this arm. He wears a jacket, so some of this will be covered. So many sketchy lines. That's okay. There we go. And then this one, let's see, do like that. And I kind of erase as I go. I know it's kind of, this is probably more of a digital art technique than a traditional, because it's kind of hard to make this many erase marks because I know they're a little more permanent. But this is just my style, and you guys can draw it however you want. You can be more careful than me if you want. Alright, so his hand will go there. I'm going to draw this in just a bit with the lasso tool. And there we go. What do you think? Look okay? And this gonna be moved out a bit. I wonder if I should have like popped his hip. I guess it's too... oh, we could pop the hip a bit like that. There we go. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a darker shade of blue. And I'm gonna change my opacity to like 60. And I'm gonna blow this up and start working on the face and work on the body a little bit more. So now I'm gonna have to be a little more careful with how I shape his face. I'm not, some people go to a new layer, I don't bother. I just erase as I go. I do my final line on a new layer, and that's good enough for me. This will be my new sketch, continuing sketch layer. Okay, so I'm looking at the reference, and he has kind of a high cheekbone, so we'll add that high cheekbone in there. Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of, he's got like a sort of delicate chin. Not like delicate, but like small, or just not like very broad. However you might phrase that. And I'm just gonna leave that at that. And draw on some of his features, erase some of these. I know that's kind of there for the reference, but okay, well, so we'll draw on the top of his eyes, and it occurs to me that I'm drawing this in kind of a weird similar perspective that the reference is, and I don't usually do that, but it's okay. Move this up. I think I'm gonna give his head, or maybe what do you guys think? Like that? That's probably good. And then we'll draw in, I'm gonna draw in his ear next, just so I can keep track of where his jaw and stuff will go. I kind of change around which features I draw on first and stuff. I know some people have like, you know, because the bottom of his nose will be about there. Yeah, that works. Okay. And then we'll draw in his nose, which is very kind of straight European looking. I have terrible descriptions of things, so I hope you guys don't think they're, you know, too off. And he's got sort of a, wow. There we go. Like a very straight nose like that. And then we'll draw in, I do like the little nostril there. You know, under the nostril, edge of the nostril. I usually do my little style line there, just so it looks a little more bulbous or whatever. Then we'll draw his mouth in. He's got kind of a scally expression most of the time. Like that. Maybe a little bit more like that. I see my lights flickering. I hope that doesn't mean that the mic is popping because of the electricity draw from various things. But if it is, I'm sorry. See if I can do anything in editing, but I don't know. I don't want to give him too much, like, you know, pronounced lip. So we'll just do that and that. I guess that looks okay for now. His jaw needs to come down, in my opinion, so I'm gonna do that. I always like to think of like leaving, you know, a good fair amount of circle between there and there. Otherwise, I think it looks off, like they don't have a proper chin. So I'm just gonna take this, draw it down to about there. I'm gonna draw these features up just a wee touch to about there. What do you guys think? Better? Looks a little more masculine that way. And to keep the masculine, I'm gonna move his ear out a little bit. Drawing it in too close in my opinion. And I'm just gonna draw this jaw down, almost like vertical down, like a girl's goes in more like that. But for guys, it goes down and then kind of bends in like that. And I think it could be a little bit wider even. So I'm gonna take this, warp, and take it out just a bit. And then I think this still needs to go down, but I'm going to move the head up and move this down. I have more challenges drawing guys. I never tend to draw the guidelines in right. Okay, so that's a little better, I think. I'm going to warp it, move it just up a little bit like that. And now I think his nose is just a wee bit short. Just keep making these adjustments. It's all good. Like that. You know, there we go. And I know he has that famous scar, but I'm not going to add it yet. I think what I'm going to do now, besides erase some of these little guidelines, is draw on the bottom of the eyes. And kind of like a scally expression. So, gonna draw them kind of narrow in. I'm not gonna draw all the way up there. There we go. And, you know, there we go. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna move this one like that and over. And then like that. Okay. Perfectly described, like that. Okay, and then we'll draw a little hint of the crease of the eyebrow, or I mean the eyelid here. And we'll give his eyebrow, will start like here and go up like that. Like he's like, what? Scally Squall, you know? Squall, rather. And that's good like that. And we can do kind of, you know, the same. His eyebrows start kind of low and go up here. And we never drew in the crease of the eyelid here, so we'll just draw a little line in here, like that. Okay, let's flip it and see if we still like it. I think it's still okay. The jaw is still bothering me. I think it's just a wee bit small. So I'm just gonna keep making it bigger. It's just these things, they look not right. So you just keep making adjustments, in my opinion. You just keep making adjustments. Try to get them the way you think they should look. And then I'm going to make this bigger as well. Every time I do that, I feel I need to do this. Okay, that's a little better. Move the eye out a teeny bit, like that. Okay, and then his, oops, eventually his scar will go like that. Let's see. We'll start on this hair. This should be a challenge. Okay. It goes, let's see, there's a nice piece that goes down like that. Like that. Let's erase this. So there's some like pieces that do that kind of thing here, and then there's the head goes down like that. Whoa. That doesn't look right. Let's just move that in. Actually, I think what needs to happen is this needs to get moved up. Like that. That looks good. And then on this side you have kind of like, I don't know. Goes out like that. And that. Very messy, but we're just drawing it in, sketching it in. It's all good. And then these go down like that. His hair will actually go like that. His face still looks so feminine, doesn't it? I'm having a lot of problems with it. It's okay, we'll just keep making adjustments. Move it out, move it down. I'm gonna move this down, up like that. Down, and then practically like that, and then out like that. Now he just looks very square-jawed. So we're gonna move this stuff over. Hopefully you guys are finding this somewhat entertaining and not fleeing at the first sign of this. Okay, sometimes it takes a lot of adjustments to get it the way you want. I think it's usually worth it to just keep with it, keep trying, keep up with it. So I'm going to stop obsessing over the face and come back to it. So it's gotten really big with all the adjustments. Thankfully I'm doing this on a computer, so I just take it and give the little bobblehead a size down, scale it down. And even more than that, I think. There we go. Okay. Move it up a bit too. So what do I need? Like that. Let's draw, oops. Draw in the neck, like that. You can draw like a little thing there if you want. Make him a little Adam's apple kind of look. And there, just keep working it. I'm gonna erase a little bit of this. And do that. Let's move this. Draw the cords of his neck. And, you know, the collarbones. Even though this won't be visible, I tend to draw them just to make sure in the guide stage like I'm doing everything right. You can even draw in like some areas to make sure that his chest would be there, and there's that. This will be down there. It all looks okay for now. So next we're gonna draw in his really fluffy collar on his jacket. So the hair will be about there, and then the collar will come out, and I'm just gonna kind of make some random fluff lines, if that makes sense. Like fur almost. And it comes down like this, and like this. So we'll just make it extra fluffy. It's not quite accurate, but it's fan art, so you have a little bit of, you know, artistic licensing. And then his shoulders were like that. I'm gonna bring it out here, his jacket. Kind of drawing, you know, like it has some wrinkles. Draw it like that. And down, and draw these crease marks in. And draw this. Hard to explain wrinkles. Sometimes there's like, you know, where the fabric pulls and stuff. Just kind of draw it in however you think it looks right. Sometimes it's hard to do. But unfortunately there's no like, it just kind of ends in the reference. And I should have gotten something better because I don't remember how his jacket. Does he wear gloves? I think he wears gloves. Well, we'll do this for now. It's fine. If it's not super accurate, we'll deal with it later. And then the jacket here. There's probably some kind of cuff to the jacket. We'll go like that. And go down like this, up. You're starting to get the idea of it, hopefully. And then this one, the shoulder was like this, so draw the jacket lines like that. Okay, there we go. And I think his jacket's really short. I think it ends like, let's see. These are the jacket lines in here. And we'll just do that like that. And then he probably has belts or something here. What are your guys' favorite games to play? Like Final Fantasy games or Fire Emblem or something like that? I haven't played any of the like recent games because I haven't had anything post a you know, a PlayStation 2 was my last gaming console, and I don't really buy anything for my computer or anything. Okay, he's probably got like some kind of shirt that ends there, and then some belts. You'll have to forgive me for my inaccuracy. You know what I'm just gonna do? I'm just gonna blow it up. Whoop. Now it doesn't matter what he's wearing down there. Ta-da! Lazy way. I think he had belts like that, went like that. And like crossed over. We'll just sketch him in like that. Okay. What do you think? Does this look like Squall? Let's go ahead and draw this scar in now. This is bothering me now that he doesn't have it. There's that gnarly battle scar. Redraw his ear. I probably shouldn't have drawn it as early as I did last time. Okay, let's go down a little bit further. Okay. And what should we work on? Detailing now. So we'll go in, we'll kind of, oops, I keep hitting the button on my stylus by accident. We'll go on, draw this, you know, kind of like furry Draw some lines like that, some like that, some like that, and, you know, just sporadically to just show the texture of the fur of his jacket, like that, that. Erase this line, but follow it back down with the fur, like that, and do the same over here. He has a necklace thing, doesn't he? Like a chain. That would just put just some squiggly lines for now, like that. And then he has his necklace, and I don't remember the shape of it. Something like that. We'll just sketch it in for now. No worries. And I'm pretty sure he's wearing like a white shirt like this. And like that. Should we go back to his hair? Since I left it kind of undone. So we'll go back here, up to here. Let's see. So he has like sort of a part thing here. He's got his styled hair. And then he's got some that comes down here like this. Around the ear area. We'll just draw these in. Like that. When I use a reference, I try not to copy it exactly, so I try not to look at it too often. Because I feel like it's more of a challenge, or whatever you want to consider it, if you just, you know, try to draw it in your own way. But if you're starting out drawing, it's okay, I think, to just sort of almost copy the reference exactly, or even copy it just for practice, as long as you don't claim it as your own. I don't think there's any problem with that. Okay, like this. Get some hair that comes out like that, and then this goes in like that. That's sort of Squall, sketched in Squall hair. Except I'm going to select it, actually make it a little bigger over here. Here. Gotta have that voluminous look to it. Go in, I don't know why I always leave the eyes. I almost always leave the eyes for last. It's like a weird thing I do. We'll give him some eyeballs to properly see out of. Like that. What do you think, guys? Did this turn out like looking like Squall at all? It's a pretty messy sketch. I've been having some art block lately, and I think the confidence isn't quite there that I usually have when sketching things out. And I really think that makes a big difference. You know, when you're doing things, you start to second guess yourself, and I don't know. But I just keep going, and I just keep working it till I come up with what I think is okay. This is about done. I know it's super messy. It's pretty messy. Usually I don't even have them quite this messy. But what we're gonna do before we end it is draw on this hand over here that I left. I left this one kind of up oddly, so I'm gonna select it and kind of move it over like it's being properly tucked into the crook of his elbow over here. And then I'm going to blow this up. And let's see, the hand. I'm going to draw him with a glove because I'm pretty sure he had gloves on. Like this and this. And I guess I'll erase some of these so they don't get in the way. Visual way, whatever you want to call it. So that's first finger, middle finger. When you're drawing fingers, I think it's helpful if you know, instead of doing that for the finger, you like bend it in a bit. If that makes sense, bend it in this way. Just my little tip. Okay, so that's the middle finger. This is the first finger. Ring finger. And pinky would just kind of tuck in there. That's not the best hand in the world, but it will do for the sketch. So that is, I think, about it. We'll just We'll say he has gloves on. I know it doesn't really matter. The hands could have looked either way. Draw these in a little bit neater. Whoops. Okay. Let's zoom this out, see what we think. No, that hand is terrible. Terrible, guys. Alright, I'm gonna redo it. Here we go. Erase it. Get rid of it. It's fine. I think it should go in like this. So the first finger maybe comes up like this instead. Let's draw this so we get a reference on the guide. First finger up, and then bent like that. Ring finger like this. Just keep sketching them on in. That was the middle finger. Ring finger, and then pinky will go like that. That's just still not right. That's still not right. It's okay though. We're going to fix it in post, as they say. I'll kind of work with it when I do the final line art. There we go. Kind of reshape this. It's not like terrible, but it's not quite the hand I envisioned either. Sometimes I'll have to just look up, like maybe I'll need to look up a reference of like man with arms crossed. I'm having a hard time picturing how it would look. So I might do that. But for now, we are going to... Oh man, that hand's just getting worse and worse. It's okay for the sketch. We get the idea for the sketch, how we want it to be. So we're going to call that good for the sketch for now. I hope you guys... I know this was a little bit weird of an episode. I had a lot of art block problems. But I hope you guys, you know, enjoyed watching this, and hopefully you could follow around along and maybe you got some good tips or something out of it. Maybe you got some tips on what not to do. Either way, it's fine. If you have a character that you want to let's draw, you want me to let's draw, go ahead and suggest it in the comments. Anything, video game characters or just anything. You can even suggest like, you know, real life characters and I'll just draw them in a cartoony way. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good evening, morning, night, whatever. And I will see you in the next video. Real quick, guys, just so you can see the final version. This is what he looked like when he was inked. Okay, I'm leaving for real now.